Hello, everyone, and welcome back. That'll be edited.
Sure.
To the Friends You Can Keep podcast. Some fun stuff to talk about tonight. I do want to lead in with
A yawn.
something. So I will say this. Tonight's episode, we're going to talk about some BuzzFeed articles I found about like men's posts on Reddit being put up about men's opinions on things. Full disclosure, we did this 2 nights ago. Found out after we were all done that our microphones were not working for 75% of the episode. So there was no audio at all.
Mine either died right away or
No, they both died at the same time.
Oh, so mine was on.
Yours was on.
I thought maybe either I never turned mine on.
So I went to turn the camera off. And as I turned the camera off, I noticed, the light on my mic isn't on anymore. And then I wondered, did it go off because I turned the camera off, or did it go off because it died?
And mine was off too.
And then I watched the video, and I just kept skipping ahead, and then I got to a point where there was no audio anymore. But these things can be somewhat of a blessing, because I didn't think it was a great episode until we got to that point. There was a big middle chunk that I thought was kind of dog shit.
Well, it was that one. The quiz was
both of them. I was kind of like,
they were just not very exciting.
Is this great content for a podcast? Probably not.
Well, we also got the exact same age, which was odd.
Yeah.
And we picked very different answers.
Yeah, but they were both shit. So, but the beginning wasn't bad, the end wasn't bad, but there was a big chunk in the middle, and I'm like, so I think it's for the best. I do wish the ending would have been recorded, because it was some chef's kiss, top-notch stuff. Maybe we'll circle back to it at some point, but I didn't want to do it 2 days later because the reactions would not have been near as organic.
Right, it wouldn't have been as funny.
But
I'm sure there's going to be some in here.
I will open with the same thing we opened with before, which is Arby's. There's a lot of talk online of, I've seen now 2 different posts about it. Companies you should be boycotting. The first one I saw that prompted this was surprising companies that you should be boycotting, that are surprising that they support Donald Trump. Arby's was one of them. And I will say this to the fact of Arby's. You can boycott whoever you want to boycott. Protest whatever you want to protest. I have no issues with it. I will say this. There are a lot of fast food companies that support Donald Trump in a lot heavier of ways than Arby's does. And of all the Arby's I've ever been to, and I've been to Arby's near me, far from me, in different states, I have never had nicer people than Arby's, ever.
And that's not even their thing. Like Chick-fil-A, that's their thing. Where my pleasure.
Yeah.
That's their whole And
even then, their politeness is just
it's just,
it'll be up to you in a moment. They don't talk to you're an asshole.
Well, and it's
but
just
the people at Arby's,
they're clearly given a script on the greetings they want you to use or whatever, which is fine.
My pleasure. Have a nice day, whatever.
Yeah.
But Arby's,
it's just genuine.
You roll up to an Arby's and you order the thing, and then you go to the window and you're like, here's your drink. It'll be out in a minute, sweetie.
Yeah, they always use.
If it's not busy, they might have a little repartee with you. And then they hand you your food, you have a good rest of your night.
Yeah.
It's real genuine. It's not just okay, have a nice day.
Right. Where they're just being, which is fine.
Yeah.
They're just being polite because they're just being
homophobic. It's Chick-fil-A.
No, but any of them do it where they're just being polite because that's their job.
Yeah.
Arby's, they're just genuinely, and now when you go in, I don't notice it as much when you eat in. Not that they're not nice inside.
Well, I think because you're not interacting as much when you're inside.
I notice it more in the drive-thru.
Because inside, when they take your order at the thing, they're still polite.
Yeah.
But then it's just they call your number and you go get it. You're not sitting there waiting for it. You go to your table and wait for it. You're not standing at the counter waiting.
Because I feel Arby's, every time we go in, their menu has changed.
My issue with their menu is
the numbers change.
The signage changes. I think the shit is written way too small.
And it's
I have good vision, and I pull up that window, and it's here's your options for mozzarella sticks. But then it's 3-piece, 5-piece, 6-piece. Like it's the tiniest writing
And
possible.
I always
I'm
just
like,
hit the smaller
I'm
one.
like, I can't read that.
I let them ask me, and then I just. But like when you're in the drive-through, I don't know.
I don't know.
You get more of.
They're so nice.
You get more of the like, here you go, hun, or like,
Yeah,
whatever term of endearment they use.
mm-hmm.
I went with the kids one time, and she kept calling me mom.
Yeah,
Which was another clearly like
yeah,
like a middle-aged woman, not my age, but not like
yes,
my mom's age either. Like somewhere, like she probably had teenage kids.
yeah.
And it was just funny because she's like, "Here you go, mom. I'll get those French fries up real quick." Like she was just acknowledging that clearly I was in line, and like I don't think the kids were crying,
No.
but it was evident even when I ordered.
No, they were probably horsed around in the back seat
because they were probably asking for whatever they were ordering.
Oh, my fries.
Yeah. So
well, because Tony has no concept. Fast food restaurant, regular restaurant, quick service, whatever. Wherever you go, a vending machine. He has no concept of like you put your order in, and the second the waitress walks by, where's my food?
Yeah.
I ordered French fries. Like,
Yeah.
what's taking so long? And
Well,
it's like, bro, we just sat down.
When we go into a restaurant,
There's restaurants where we're like, we haven't even ordered
Yeah.
yet. We literally just got here. It's like, what are you talking about?
When he complains that he wants his food, it doesn't ever make sense. It's like,
No.
well, you have to order it.
Then you get the food and he doesn't eat it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
It's like, well, 10 minutes ago, you were on the ground like you were about to die.
Or he eats 3 French fries and you're like, can you have some of your chicken tenders? I don't want chicken. And it's like, well, that's what you ordered.
He eats much better now. Well, I mean, of the limited foods he eats much better now. Now it's Robin who's like, I will have a kernel of corn. Thank you, I'm full.
Now it's like Robin. It's like, I'll have a T-bone medium rare.
Yeah, right. Either I will have 2 pieces of toast with bread on them, which is how he orders it, and no crust. Very adamant. Mm-hmm. I will have 2 pieces of toast with bread on it, no crust. And when he saw that I cut the crust off, he's like, get that off. I'm like, well, I'm going to go throw it away. Well, don't throw it away.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not going to...
I'll eat it later.
I'm not going to eat it. Yeah. So if you want it... Yeah. He was like appalled.
He's a fun kid. I will say this. I saw a second post today that had up about like... It was the same companies. Dasani, Minute Maid, Arby's... One of the other one, Dunkin'. One of the other ones under that umbrella that's owned by the same company. I forget who all they were. And then Whole Foods. It was Reggie Watts shared it. And I went to comment on it. Oh, comments on this post are limited. I'm like, of course they fucking are. And it was suggested for me. I don't follow him. I don't mind him, but like he isn't doing enough for me to follow him. But someone commented like, because the posts have up, the statuses are always like, oh well, they're parent companies or whatever, but then it doesn't say what the parent companies are. And someone commented like, why don't you just list who the parent companies are?
Right.
And then he replied like, oh, that's what the follow-up post is about. So I went to that post, typed the full comment in, comments on these posts are limited. I'm like, okay. But because I commented like, this is so dumb to me. When you look, like you have listed, I forget the second one, but it's like Arby's and Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm like, well, when you look up who their parent company is, it's Arby's, Dunkin' Donuts, Sonic, Jimmy John's. And there's a Baskin Robbins, obviously, because it's Dunkin' Donuts. And I think there was another one, but it might have just been those 5. But I'm like, so why aren't you boycotting all of these? Why are you only boycotting Arby's and Dunkin' Donuts?
Is it not the parent company that's doing it then?
It is. It's the parent company donating money to political campaigns. That's what they're pointing out.
Well, because
it's not Arby's singularly. It's not Dunkin' Donuts singularly.
And that's a franchise. So there probably isn't like
it's the CEO of Inspire Brands.
Is there a CEO of Arby's then? Or no?
Probably technically, because it's a subsidiary of this.
Right, but it might not be considered a CEO.
But I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But they're not... You're not listing Arby's and Dunkin' because Arby's and Dunkin' singularly donated to Trump. Like, you're doing it because Inspire Brands, as a whole company, donated money.
Yeah, that's what I always
Which, if that's
thought.
the case, then if you're going to boycott, then you should boycott everything this company did. Minute Maid and Dasani, they're owned by Coca-Cola. So,
are they owned or are they just distributed?
No, they're owned. Dasani is to Coke what Aquafina is to Pepsi. But I also, not that anyone gives a shit, and of course it's going to be me up here on my horse on this podcast. When you look up political donations made by the Coca-Cola Company, they donated to Trump's campaign and the Make America Great Again Foundation or whatever. Both of those amounts do not equal the amount of money they donated to Kamala Harris's campaign. So,
why do they donate on both sides?
Why wouldn't you? That's politics in America. Because then if she wins, we donated money to you as well.
It's just so odd. Because why? Because
you don't want to go. You don't want to. But
why do I have to boycott them if they donated to both sides?
Because it doesn't matter. People that are calling for you to boycott this shit, it doesn't matter to them. The fact that you donated even a penny to Donald Trump is how dare you? How dare you support fascism? And it's like, yeah, but if you look at it, they donated more money.
You're not going to be able to do anything.
It's also Coca-Cola doesn't, like, the company doesn't donate money. It is individuals. Like, they collect money from employees and individuals and then donate that money. But you, as like me as an employee, would say, like, I'm donating this to this.
Oh.
Because I looked it up today. Because I was like, I'm curious. I was not at all shocked they donated money to Donald Trump. I'm like, I'm not doubting they did. But I wanted to see. Well, no, what I was looking up was because I'm not seeing anything about Pepsi anywhere. And I'm like, I can't fucking imagine PepsiCo.
Unless they
do. But again, they donate.
I was going to say, like, do they just stay out of it, period? Do they donate
don't actually think.
Charities only?
I actually don't remember if they donated to Kamala Harris's thing or not. Pepsi's was weird, though, because Pepsi was donating to, like, and maybe Coke. I'm sure Coke does, too. I don't know. But, like, the thing I found on Pepsi, on the same website, listed more like they're donating to some fucking Chicago Senators campaign and
more
all this weird smaller
on the
shit.
State levels.
And I'm like, okay,
that's a bold choice, but I mean, it's the same. Maybe that's just a big Pepsi.
But my whole thing is, like, it's not Dasani and Minute Maid, it's Coca-Cola,
right?
Even though if you look it up, but whatever. And then, like, I keep seeing Whole Foods listed. Why just Whole Foods? Why are you not boycotting Amazon?
Right, that's where
Amazon owns Whole Foods. If you have a big issue with Whole Foods and their parent company,
right?
When someone commented, because Reggie Watts, I'm pretty sure, does ads for Amazon.
But it's just like,
and they put up
stay out of this.
They put up whatever about, like, I think it just said, like, what about the Amazon ads? ? And his response was like, oh, well, they're kind of cheesy, whatever. Like, it was a very, like, jokey response, and it's like,
that doesn't excuse
so you're deflecting from the fact that you're calling for someone to boycott a company owned by Amazon while you yourself are working for Amazon.
Right.
And then a lot of people were commenting, like, the absurdity of you posting this on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh yeah, it's a real paradox or whatever he put up. And I'm like, I think you're kind of a fucking idiot.
Right.
But also,
it is a paradox, but, like, you're calling for a boycott.
But it's also one of those things of, like, if you're really going to boycott heavy on these companies that supported Trump, I didn't see the CEOs of Coke at the inauguration. I didn't see the CEO of Inspire Brands at the inauguration.
Right.
Who did I see at the inauguration? The CEO of Amazon, the CEO of Tesla, the CEO of Google, and the CEO of Meta.
Right.
So maybe don't tell me as a fucking celebrity, like, oh, well, you shouldn't shop here and you shouldn't eat here and you shouldn't do these things that you've done the majority of your life in the monopolized country of America. You shouldn't do those things anymore. But you should continue using Facebook and Instagram and Threads and Amazon and Amazon Prime and Amazon Music and, like, fuck off.
You're really going to be hard pressed to find if you looked at, like, everything that you use daily. You're really going to be hard pressed to find.
That's what I said.
There are sometimes where
Emily
you
Fleming from Mythical had it up, and I said, like, I get it, I understand it. But I think we need to accept that we live in a country that is so like a fucking hair. So many companies are like a hair away from being a monopoly. That everything you enjoy, everything you buy, everything you watch, everything you eat, everything you have liked your entire lives as American citizens, somewhere down the line of how it's made, there's a ton of shitty people in there.
That's nothing new, though.
No, it's not. It's not new.
I mean, it's probably getting a little bit worse.
But it's also into the absurdity that we live in the time of post 2016 America where you're this way or this way and there is no in between. So if you donated, like I said, if you even donated a fucking penny to Trump's campaign, how dare you? Your company should go out of business. And I'm one of these people, like, you're all about boycotting companies. I said it before, I'll say it again. You know where I don't shop anymore? Amazon.com. You know what I'm not seeing a lot of people flocking away from? Amazon.
No, because they can't.
Which also even funnier because we've known Amazon was a real shit company long before Trump was in power. Same thing with Walmart. But no, now we're all, you got to boycott Target.
I mean,
I've seen posts that are, oh, you should shop at Walmart instead. Why?
Yeah.
Ooh, Target rolled back their DEI. Okay. Walmart doesn't fucking pay their employees properly and treats their employees like shit. Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
You're always, if it's not their political affiliation, it could be.
I understand more. I understand more the boycott of, because I saw in the 2016 election, you boycott Home Depot because Home Depot donated money to the Trump campaign. You find out in the 2024 election, Home Depot and Lowe's both donated, but Lowe's donated to both people. But they only highlighted that they donated money to Trump. But I do understand this past weekend and these past couple of weeks, people are boycotting and going to Home Depot and protesting because Home Depot is very openly allowing ICE to sit in their parking lots and pick up illegals in the parking lot looking for work. So the whole protest this past weekend was people went to Home Depot, bought a 17-cent, it was lines of people buying a 17-cent ice scraper and then immediately returning it. Just to clog all their shit up at Home Depot.
Oh.
That was the protest. And I'm like, good for you. But there again, something a lot more concrete than, oh, you donated money to a presidential campaign.
Right. Well, and I'm not sure what exactly the target is, but a lot of people are saying not to shop on Black Friday.
Well, it's don't shop, like go to your...
No, don't shop here. Don't spend any money on Black Friday.
Well, no, I think the point...
It was listed stores, Amazon, Target,
it is that, but it is more the messaging that is always the messaging, which is
go on Small Business Saturday.
Go on Small Business Saturday, or if you're going to shop Black Friday, if your smaller businesses have Black Friday deals, shop then.
Yeah,
it's the messaging of don't spend money, but it's the messaging of don't go to Target and Walmart and Amazon.
I just keep seeing
all these major big box stores that run their Black Friday deals because
I'm not sure what exactly.
But
because it doesn't say. It just says like,
but it's
don't shop and then a list.
It's the same thing of like, I'm all for supporting small businesses. You know what's not? You know what is killing small businesses? To a quote unquote small degree, Walmart and Target. You know what's killing small business to a fucking gigantic degree? Amazon.
Yeah. Well, right, because either like you can get their product, they just don't get all that money from it.
Yeah.
Or you can find
you can
a knockoff, cheaper version.
You can also do the workaround that people are too lazy to do, which is you still use the Amazon app and you go on and search it and you find it. And then listed there is the store it comes from. You can go directly to that store and buy it from that store instead of buying it off Amazon. But people are too fucking lazy to do that.
Well, and a lot of times it's not. Then, well, if I just bought it here, I get free shipping.
Yeah.
Or what? I mean, a lot of times the price is higher than it would probably even out.
Yeah.
If you bought it directly.
I don't know.
But then you also don't get your 24-hour or 48-hour shipping, whatever it is. Like.
Yeah. We have Prime Video on the TV. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched it.
I don't know.
And we don't pay for it. Your mom pays for it.
I don't know what
But the election happened. I deleted Amazon off my phone. I deleted my Amazon account.
The Mario movies on
I don't shop on Amazon anymore. It's not hard. It's really not hard. We are what? 11 months into this administration. I have not once thought like, oh man, my life would be so much easier if I could just shop on Amazon again. Never once thought that. It's fucking holidays. Black Friday's coming up. I've not once thought like, oh man, it's really killing me to not go on Amazon.com and buy all my Christmas presents.
I don't have anything saved right now. I'm hoping to buy stuff like in an actual store as opposed to online, period. Because I don't trust the shipping.
And it's the same laughable thing. Like I said, you post all this shit on Facebook and you post all this shit on Instagram, and it's one of those things of like, why? Like I understand we all see the idiocy and the redundancy and the irony of posting these things on these social media platforms, but then you're like, oh well, this is where you have to do it. No, it's not. Number one, you don't have to do this, period.
No,
Number two, there are plenty of other sites that exist that are not run by Mark Zuckerberg.
You could also just do it without having to tell everyone that you're doing it.
Because that's what it is. WhatsApp. WhatsApp is listed because WhatsApp is owned by Meta. And then everyone's like, well, why don't you have Facebook listed? And why isn't Instagram listed? Like, go to fucking Blue Sky. Blue Sky's not owned by these people.
Just text. If you want to share with your friends and family, just text it to them. You don't have to
well, that's my point, though. I understand, like, if you really are in the mindset of, like, I had to get this out to a more global scale, then put it on Blue Sky.
But also, do you? Everyone else?
No, you don't. But put it on. That's my point. Put it on Blue Sky. If you're so concerned about it. For now, you could technically put it on TikTok because they're not owned by some asshole in America yet, but they're not great. But, like, you're not posting it on X.
I was thinking he said Twitter. I was like, yeah,
you're not doing X. You're not doing Facebook. You're not doing Instagram. You're not doing Threads. Like,
well, Snapchat, I think, too. They're not owned.
I don't know. But Snapchat's weird because you got to put the picture and shit. It's a weird thing.
Well, you would on TikTok, too.
Who has Snapchat in 2025?
I do. I don't use it that often.
Exactly.
I have it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mostly because the kids play with it.
It's just such laughable shit. But let's see what we got.
Your articles are going to be even more laughable shit.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they're not.
In a worse way. We're going to get a lot of boo-hoos.
Well, yeah, these will be laughable, I think, in a funnier way.
Well, funny, but then you realize, like, someone actually thinks
so this. Before the break, I'll do this one. Because we have 15 minutes left, roughly. A little under. This is only 17 points. Well, let me see. What else? What's this one? Men are sharing things that secretly bother them, but are rarely talked about. And I suddenly have a tiny bit more empathy for men. That's the first one. Men are revealing things they want to stop being judged for doing, and some of these have never even occurred to me before. And then this one is married men are revealing the hardest parts of marriage that no one talks about.
Do they mean for them?
I don't know.
Or like, oh, the hardest part of marriage is like collectively?
I don't know.
You know, it's like,
marriage is flat out determined work. Every day, you must keep at it and not give up. I loved my wife some days. I'm sure she wanted to kill me, but she still loved me. But to make it work for us for 38 years we were together, it was truly day by day, solid effort every day. We recently asked married men of the BuzzFeed community to tell us the hardest parts of marriage that no one talks about. Here's what they had to say. That's how it starts. So why don't we do this?
I think it's odd when people really harp on like, oh, marriage is work. Because yes, it is, but
I think people harp on it.
Yeah, after a while, it's like, do you want to do the work or not?
Before reading any of these, I think people in real life harp on it, not for the sake of other married people. Well, sort of, but for like newly married people and for younger people. Because movies end. And the movie ends with your happy ending, everybody gets married, roll credits. Or your movie begins with a divorce, or your movie ends with a divorce. Yeah. Like there's never movies very, very rarely show you the marriage of like
the mundane and the very day to day. Yeah.
Or when you're newly married and then you have kids and your kids get older, like they don't. Movies very rarely show you the parts of marriage that are real. I think that's why people really harp on like marriage is work. Marriage is not what you see on TV, where the audience laughs and they play whatever little music or tonight on a very special.
Yeah. Well, or like, oh, you argue and then like 5 minutes later it's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're probably giving each other the silent treatment for a good 45 minutes.
And then one of you walks in another room and they cut to whatever the kids are doing and then they cut back to the adults and one of you walks in the other room and you do whatever fake ass apology and then you both laugh. Or it's an HBO show and then like they hard cut to somebody else and they cut back to the two of you in the post-sex laying in bed like
everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Sometimes it just seems...
There's not a problem that can't be solved with my penis.
It just seems like it's a negative. Like, oh, it's so much work.
Yeah, I think it...
And it's like, well, yeah, but...
It gets read that way, but... Well, I think people too.
It's like, love what you do. You'll never work a day in your life. Like, you have to, like, want to do it. Like, yes, it's that whole, like, love is a verb.
Yeah.
So, like, you're both going to have to act like you want to be there.
I thought of this the other day, and this is kind of unrelated. The work thing is where it relates, and it just made me think of it again. I had a joke. I may have said it on this show before, where I joked about, like, it was the less fleshed out than what I'm about to do is the whole point of, like, blowjobs. And how, like, it's for women, it's viewed as work. That's why it's called a blowjob. The word job is there for a reason. And I don't know what made me think of it the other day.
Well, hand job, it's there.
Hand job is the same thing. Everything, but that's all things that traditionally, quote unquote, women are doing for men. The word job is followed up by it. What I think is funny though, and I don't know what made me think of this the other day, to flesh this joke out more, was that the reverse of that does not have that same connotation.
The reverse of what?
Like a man going down on a woman. That's not called a blowjob. I've only ever heard it referred to as cunnilingus, which I think is like the textbook definition of it.
For oral sex, I think, in general. So it counts for both of them, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know. I've only ever heard it referred to from me to you.
Oh, I always assumed it was
just... I ever heard that word.
Like the medical term.
No.
Oh.
That's... what's fellatio?
Oh, that's oral. Yeah, that's a blowjob.
Yes. Okay. Is that both? Or is that you to me?
I think you're right.
Cunnilingus is me to you.
I think you're... Why do they...
I don't know.
I guess, because one's on the outside and one's on the inside.
I guess. I don't know. But we're getting away from the point. Which is I want to know where
it's called eating out, which is a luxury for you.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Yeah. That's what I want to know. I want, like, how Netflix did a special. Netflix did that show that was like the history of curse words. This is what I want the history of. I want to know where these originated. That, like, why are these things viewed as a job? Like,
because no one wants to do
this. Is a chore. Whereas, like, what we're doing, this is a privilege for you. Like, this is something you usually have to pay for.
Yeah, this is a special treat.
Like, it's not called a clam job. Like, I don't understand.
I don't think anyone would call it that. I don't think anyone would just use clam anything.
What I really don't understand, speaking on this, and this is I just had this thought. I want to know how we equate eating ass to the phrase
a rim job.
No, yes, true, but that's not what I was talking about. Because is that not also what you call tossing salad?
Yeah, a salad tosser.
How? How did we get there?
Is it?
I think so. I think when you toss someone's salad, that's referred to eating ass.
It is.
Because again, I think rim job, not that it is, but I think rim job is like the medical definition of that.
Oh.
It's not. I think it's analingus is the...
Oh!
Is the clinical definition of that.
Oh.
Rim job is like the top level slang.
Google, I apologize.
I think that's what tossing salad is. We'll find out. We're using Google. Shock. Well, just go to Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I did, but Urban Dictionary gave me like...
So when you toss someone salad, it's eating ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Why? How did we get there? Where did that come from? And that gives a whole new connotation to the Frasier theme song. Like, what are we doing here?
But I wonder... I don't know.
Like, are we insinuating that Frasier ate ass?
Maybe.
Toss salad and what's scrambled eggs? Look that up on Urban Dictionary.
Oh, well, if you Google why is it called tossing a salad, it just explains how you make an actual salad.
Of course it does.
Oh, here we go.
Another fun thing I have to do now all the time when I use Google is I put -AI at the end of every search.
I'm on Reddit, so it's
Top
okay.
shit. Yeah, but you got there from Google. That's where that thought came from. You should be doing that if you're not. But that's the one thing I will tell you that you should be doing is putting
I don't know.
-AI at the end of the shit.
Because you're supposed to leave it alone. That was stupid. It doesn't. There's really no. It was like a no stupid questions thread, and like the answers were all like dumb, like just people.
A no stupid questions thread with only stupid answers.
Right, and it was.
Yeah.
Why is it called this? And it was just people like making up an answer, basically.
Yeah.
Some guy was talking about like prison.
So there's your homework for those of you listening and watching.
Find out why it's called that.
Email us the friends you can keep if you have the right answer, or find the answer out and give it to us. We'll do more research on our end.
I'll gladly just put more.
We'll get what's his
name?
More
weird sex terms.
Well, Jamie. We'll get Jamie on it, or Grok. One of those two. These are references you don't understand. Jamie is the guy that Joe Rogan yells at when he wants stuff checked, and Grok is that weird Nazi computer AI thing on Twitter, or sorry, X.
Oh.
Yeah,
sure.
Grok is the AI thing that you ask questions to, and then it like started giving real Nazi answers. And like Elon Musk had to like go in and edit it because it was giving like real Nazi sympathizer shit.
It learns.
But we'll break there. We'll come back with the more educated things than what this last segment.
I don't know
what this final segment on this side of the break has been. I mean, these are the questions that need to be asked, though. I think
sometimes you just wonder.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I don't get it.
It's okay to wonder about weird stuff.
It's okay to wonder why it's a job for some people and not other people.
I don't know.
But we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the break. She was trying to do more research on the job connotation. Couldn't find good.
No, it's just because it says it's a service.
Yeah, which says the other thing. So it's cunnilingus. That's a service.
I don't know.
We did say though, and I think it's the same case for blowjobs. It's not a job for everybody. Some people enjoy doing it.
No, they don't.
You don't know that.
They don't.
You don't know that.
They're lying.
You don't know that. Some people, no. I'm sure there are people out there.
No.
You don't know that. I'm sure there are some people out there that enjoy doing it. I said the same thing.
They're full of shit.
I said the same thing for cunnilingus. There are some people who don't enjoy it. For DJ Khaled, it's a job. He doesn't do it, but it's a job.
Well, I think for men it is like some do, some don't. I think for women it's a no.
One of the funniest controversies of our time.
That wasn't really weird.
I don't think you're right though. I don't
do.
think you're right. I'm not saying there are tons, but I don't think you're right.
I think it will be a teeny tiny number.
I don't know. I said I don't think it's like gigantic populations, but
even then, I think it's just like, well, we're willing to, but we don't like it.
See, no, I think there are people who full blown enjoy it. I mean, kudos to you. You're a classy lady, but hey. So we're gonna. Do you want to start with the married men one, or do you want to sandwich married in?
Doesn't matter, whatever.
Since these two are just men, period, and that one's married, do you want to sandwich that one in the middle?
No, I think we should do them separate. So either do that one first or last.
Okay, well, we'll do that one first, since we're married.
Just so that the other two don't get.
So I read the description on the other half of the break. Number 1, 25 years married here. The person you marry is going to change in each season of life, and you have to abandon your own selfishness and put in an effort to fall in love with them anew each time, and to help them find new ways to fall in love with you as you change too. It's super hard because you're going to miss the person they used to be, before kids, before menopause, etc. But if you put in the work and keep an open mind, you'll probably like them. You'll probably like the new them a lot too. That was the first one.
That one's not so bad.
No.
I don't
know if these are going to get bad. These are also a good lead-in.
It lays heavy on like she's gonna change.
Well, I don't think so.
It does say you're both.
Yeah, you're both going to change.
Yeah, but
you have to fall in love with them
after
and you have to
having kids in menopause. So he's just
implying. Well, you could say the husband changes after kids as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
You definitely.
That's the point of the post. The post is not. I don't think it's leaning hard on.
No,
I think it's.
He is, but I don't think he's meaning that he.
Well, no, because it says like you're going to fall in love with them, and you have to find ways for them to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
I don't know if it will. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I don't think you'll notice all the changes, though.
No, they're not abrupt. They're not like slapping you in the face.
Sometimes they will be, but
they're not slapping you in the face changes. They're the changes of like.
One day you're gonna realize, like, oh.
Eventually, at some point, you're however many years down the road, and you're gonna wake up. You're gonna get in a fight, and one of you's gonna leave the room, and you're gonna think like, God, she acts just like her mother, or he acts just like his father, or whatever. Number 2, remember the wonderful times because they're precious if you lose your spouse. But truth, marriage is flat out determined work every day. This was the opening.
Oh, okay.
You must keep at it and not give up, only thinking about yourself. I loved my wife. Some days, I'm sure she wanted to kill me, but she still loved me. Only married people will understand that. But to make it work for us for the 38 years we were together, it was truly day by day, solid effort every day.
Yeah. Did she die? Is that what they're implying there? Okay.
When you lose your spouse.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to harp on this one too much because this person is widowed. But like, do I agree with the sentiment that like marriages work, quote unquote? Yes. I'm not agreeing though with like we were together for 38 years and it took a solid effort day by day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
And to put it in something like this, you are being more general. Whatever.
And like, it's more of like a hyperbole.
But like, no offense to you. If it's work for me every day to keep this marriage together, I'm fucking out of here.
Or like if it's feeling like
that's what I mean. I'm not going to work for 8 hours every day and coming home like, oh, there's my fucking second job that I don't get paid for.
Yeah. But like obviously you need to interact with your spouse every day.
Yeah.
Like, but also like your interaction shouldn't feel like work. That's where like when people really harp on like, oh, it's so much work.
And if we've learned anything from this episode of the show alone, it's work for you, not for me.
Right. It's an honor for you.
It's a real privilege for me. Number 3, the hardest thing for me has been lack of time for myself. I'm an introvert and need time to regroup and re-energize after spending the workday around people. As we've had kids, that free time has become less and less, as we have to run sports practices, deal with school, go to things for my wife's job, etc. Every once in a while, I'll get to travel for work, which turns into a much-needed time of decompression. I find moments for myself when I'm home, but they aren't much. As a dad and husband, I try to be as present as possible around my family, even if it further drains me.
I mean, I think that's a pretty common one.
Yeah. But also, I don't know what you do for work, but like your kids go to bed.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to spend that time with your wife.
Unless he's saying like because he's introverted, being at work all day, he needs like.
Yeah, I get it.
Then don't you drive home?
But like your decompression.
Yeah, right. You could
doesn't have to come immediately when you get home. Like kids go to bed, go to the basement, go to your own room.
Well, like how much time are we looking at?
Do whatever. Need? That's the other thing. Like, are you
need like 10, 15 minutes, or you need an hour or two?
Yeah. That was number 3. Number 4. 21 years married. The cornerstones of our marriage are communication and honesty. Communication is tough because sometimes it's hard to articulate what you mean or to be patient with trying to express yourself and to understand what your partner is trying to tell you. Honesty is more than not lying to your partner. It's being honest with yourself to accept when it's your fault or when that little thing you said doesn't bother you is going to grow into a major issue.
Okay.
I'd stand by that.
These are more of like a...
Yeah, I said these are going to be
nice
downers.
Ones.
These are going to be downers.
I was kind of hoping for like...
Yeah, there's only 17 of them.
Ones where like the husband's just an absolute asshole.
Yeah, we were maybe they're peppered in here. We're gonna blow through
these. These are not,
because the other ones will be fun.
And these are also like not obvious, but they're like, I think everyone probably like feels this. They just don't necessarily realize it.
This one could be. Here we go. I got married at 18 to my 26-year-old wife.
Okay.
We're now 21 and 29, real close to us. Don't get me wrong, getting married was my best decision, but
but feels like a big butt.
But there are always setbacks. We've already settled into the old couple phase where we bicker, complain, and swear at each other about little stuff, like where my wife put her shoes. Spouses will always find a way to get on your nerves. Always is in caps. You'll find plenty of moments where you want to take a vacation from your spouse just to have time to yourself. You'll have plenty of arguments and disagreements, but the most important thing to know is that there's a difference between perfect and healthy in any relationship.
I'm not taking marriage advice from a man who's 21 who's been married for 3 years, 2 years. And like, that's not the old man.
I also want to know, do you have kids yet?
Right, because your world's going to get rocked, buddy.
Because if you don't have kids yet, and you're 21 and she's 29 and you're already like bickering and complaining and swearing at each other, you fucking pull that ripcord now and get out of there. Or because if you have kids, that's going to get dialed way the fuck up and you're going to hate each other.
Well, and also, like, I don't really think like, oh, the honeymoon phase is over. Because like that,
I personally, and this is, I don't know, this is just from our relationship. I don't think the honeymoon phase ends until you have kids. If you're doing it right.
Or like, it depends too. Like,
because we got married, we lived in an apartment together, got married, moved into a house, like, didn't have a whole lot of shit that we were really like, God, I fucking regret this. Like, there was not anything ever like that. And there was never a question of like, there was never truly a question from either end of like, are they happy still?
Well,
or like, are they done with this?
I think kids change everything.
But then once you have kids, that's where you can then get into the mindset of like, I really don't think my spouse likes me anymore. Like, that's why I think, again, this is just speaking from my own experiences, that the honeymoon phase doesn't end until you have kids. If you're doing it properly. I don't think it
really, it's not one of those things where like, it ends. Like the honeymoon, it's not really, I don't think it's like a real thing.
No.
It's sort of like you, in the beginning, it's just feels like a honeymoon because everything is new and like you're still like figuring everything out. And then maybe you've been together for a while, then you get married, but it gets like rejuvenated because you're like newlyweds, and then you buy a house and it's new again. But like, then you have a baby and it's not new again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like, you're living on 15 minutes of sleep. Mm-hmm. No, you're barely eating. You're not doing anything for yourself.
That's what I mean about this, about that specific post. Yeah. Like, if you don't have kids yet and you're already on BuzzFeed talking about like, oh, we've been married for 3 years and we already bicker and complain and like, oh, but we're we're in a healthy relationship.
Or like, is it?
Well, my guy, I can tell you for a fact, the second you have a single child, those things that you're complaining about now that are little will fucking amplify, and you two will hate each other.
And you might not be able to see that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just temporary because we have a newborn, or we're in the throes of parenting. If it was existing beforehand, like, you don't really have something to look back on to be like, well, we'll get back there once we can eat and sleep, have a full 24 hours of eating and sleeping properly.
We'll blow through the rest of these unless we hit a funny one, because these are kind of they're fun.
They're not sad.
They're a deeper conversation, but they're not funny.
No.
The hardest part by far is in-laws.
We don't really have that problem.
I have been married twice. Okay, with the fucking ads, BuzzFeed. I have been married twice, and both times my in-laws were insufferable. For the first time, the mom-in-law thought her daughters were the most talented and beautiful women on earth and could have done better than me. Feel that. Unfortunately, the daughter, my wife, thought she would get by on her looks and therefore couldn't hold a job. She cheated on me and her second husband. With my second wife, it was the father-in-law.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, I know that is a big problem for a lot of people.
Yeah. I think we have our spots with it, but they're not.
But it's not.
We're not to the point of like we're watching what you see in the movies. Or like we're going to your family's house or something, and I'm like, oh God, or like vice versa.
Well, and they're also not meddling. I think a lot of times, like, that's another big problem where like they're like coming in and like telling you how to be married, or
my parents are to the point of they'll have conversations. My dad will see your dad at the firehouse. They'll have dinner with each other, whatever. And I think there probably are conversations that are read the way they're meant to be read and relayed to me. I'm sure there's a ton more that are read a different way than what they're meant to be and then relayed to me. And it's just like drama bullshit that I don't really care about. But like that's the extent of the meddling my parents do.
Well, and
it's like, oh, so-and-so said this. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Because I wasn't there to hear it. I wasn't there to know what the context was. I don't care. And I'm like, even if the context you're giving me is fully correct, I don't give a shit. Like,
well, and a lot of times it's probably either misinterpreted or misunderstood.
That's what I mean.
Is almost always.
That's what I mean. Honestly, it's the absence of a definitive model of what constitutes a good husband. Instead, those of us who desire to be good spouses, parents, and partners are on the endless treadmill, chasing a moving and invisible target because our society values wealth, fame, and athletics, and not character. I'm exhausted. Okay. 43-year-old from Minnesota.
Okay.
That's a weird one.
Well, it's basically like you're trying to be a good husband, but like
But then you get into like, oh, all we talk about is wealth, fame, and athletics, which is not really like. There's plenty of movies that you can watch that really show what a great husband is.
But also, like, what does your spouse think? Because, like, really.
Well, that's my point. Was like, this is weird because you go from like, oh, what's a good husband, a good parent, and a good partner, to then like
what society thinks.
Oh, all society focuses on is money. Are you famous and are you athletic? Those three things kind of don't have anything to do with the other three things.
No, and like, why are you so worried about what society is thinking?
Yeah. When after 25 years of marriage, you look at your life and realize you should have taken more time to pick the right person. Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
My wife focuses on our adult children. I'm always last and doing mostly everything alone. This is not what I had expected. That's a 50-year-old from Canada. That sucks.
Well, why aren't you doing stuff with the adult kids? What's happening?
Well, I think if I had to guess, it sounds more like that he's either not included, or this is a situation of like where you poll everybody on like, oh, what do we want to do for this?
Oh, and they
And
just
whatever
defer.
he says is not what he wants to do.
They just defer. She just defers to the adult child or children.
Yeah. And it sounds also, the way this is written, it also sounds more like our children have moved out and have their own lives. Instead of you choosing to spend time with me, you're choosing to spend time with
right.
kids.
I just keep going with the kids.
But
like, it's odd. I guess that's why he's saying like pick the same partner, because clearly you don't have the same
right partner, not the same partner.
You don't have the same interests.
Yeah. A major challenge I've faced is navigating the complexities of intimacy and vulnerability in a long-term relationship. This isn't the typical story of a stoic man who holds his emotions until he is numb. Instead, it is deeply wanting a connection with my wife, but finding real challenges and having it reciprocated fully. First, there is the common challenge of a lack of physical intimacy in a long-term relationship. In the first few years, everything was great, but then my wife's libido faded, and that created real emotional pain in me. Physical intimacy, not just intercourse, but all of its many forms, is really about making an emotional connection. It's about sharing something special with the love of your life that is unique between us and no one else. It's a way to express love, and it's a way to know that I am loved. Without it, life is anemic, a grind that funnels me to the classic stoic archetype that I never wanted to embody. Jesus Christ, this guy wrote a fucking book. I'm not reading all this. 52 years old from Vermont. Well, this one's in bold. Not falling into this undefined and narrow Goldilocks zone of desirable masculinity was at times frustrating and exhausting. Oh, this is like we talked about last or Saturday. My wife wanted me to be vulnerable, but not too vulnerable. Confident, but not too confident. Again, do you have kids? Oh, it does say wife. So you are married.
Well, yeah.
But like, do you have kids? Because if not, what are you doing? Like, well, because this sounds like it's less of like, oh, we've been married for a while, so we don't have sex as often, and more like we don't have kids, and I can't even hug my wife anymore. Like, yeah, or like, because part of this read to me like I understood it, but I'm also like, we have kids. Yeah, I can't really hug my wife like I used to hug my wife in the middle of the day because we have kids that are never not on top of her. Well, and if you do it, they're gonna do it. Well, that's what I mean. But even if like when they go to bed, I'm aware of like you've had 2 children climbing you like a fucking jungle gym all day long. Right. That's my point of like if you don't have kids. Well, and at 52, long-term relationship or not, like what's happening here? Well, but it could be that scenario where like their kids are grown now, but now she's in a different. But like I said, this is not reading to me of like we don't have sex anymore. This is reading to me of like, right, I can't hold her hand in the car. Right, like we can't brush past each other without. And like now, obviously, there's always times where it's like, don't like you brush past me. I'm like, don't touch me. Yeah, we have it the other day. It's like too many people have already touched me, or you had like trash on your butt, and I tried to pull it off you, and you screamed at me. It's just like, just leave me be. Just let me. I wasn't trying. Just like you. Just leave, but it doesn't even matter. It's like I just don't want anyone close to me. Not being their child's father, supporting my spouse's friends and family, including other parents' families, and not being appreciated for anything, and feeling like the elephant in the room at every family event. I don't understand that one. 62 from New Jersey. Not reading this one. It's too fucking long. Florida. Big shock. Too long. These are fucking books. Too long. I married young and didn't fully understand the commitment I was making. I've been married for 17 years now, and I still continue to learn new things daily. Okay. Feeling like once your kids get to their teens, you're always making a parenting mistake, and when your kids make you feel unloved when you try to parent. Oh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the teenage years. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I mean, maybe it will be fine. I don't know. I'll read this last one. I've been married for 32 years. One thing I've passed on to my now adult children in their early 20s is that when you marry someone, you're not just marrying them, but their family. Make sure it's a family you'll be okay with having as part of your life. Okay. So that kind of goes in with the in-law one. Yeah. Okay. That was decent. Not the best. So would you rather have for your follow-up things that bother men?
Yeah, let's see what
or
bothers you.
things that they want to stop being judged for doing.
Let's see what bothers them.
Okay.
This better be cringy.
This Reddit thread, probably, because this is Reddit. That was BuzzFeed, the BuzzFeed community. This is the Reddit community.
Just checking.
Still lit up. This Reddit thread of things men secretly think about but never openly discuss gave me perspective on how the male mind works.
Oh boy.
Here are some of the top responses. I think a lot of men and women take media's representation of relationships as what a good relationship should be, and it's extremely damaging to their own happiness and contentment in a real relationship.
Definitely.
The socialization loss that's happening right now. People need to talk and be around others, especially when they are young. We will soon have a lot of young people who never got a chance to do that. I'm worried what that will do as people regress further inwards.
Oh, yeah.
Why is having balance in one's life one of the most important things? But do we ever reward balance while growing up or in society? Everything seems to be one way or the other, and so black and white, and so much extremism. You're either losing or winning. Why don't schools teach kids how to handle stress and learn more about laws, finance, and what are the different paths if college isn't a future a kid wants? School is not for everyone else. On top of that, there's a lot of bullying that goes on and ruins education and someone's ability to trust and want to be social.
That was a lot going on there.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I'd agree with all of that.
I thought these were going to be more like, my wife does this, or my kids do this, or my neighbor does this.
I think it bothers you in general, like as a society. It's not like bothers you in your relationship. It's very hard.
It's going to be more day to day.
It's very hard to find a woman who is content with a simple life. Am I right, fellas?
What does that mean?
I want to make something clear. Oh, God. I want to make something clear. I don't hate women. Women are deserving of Women are deserving of inherent love and respect, and they deal with a lot of shit that we, as men, will never understand. With that out of the way, I'd love to meet a woman who isn't obsessed with travel, entrepreneurship, or Instagram. And this is just hard to find. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with travel or business, but if that leaves little room for love, or when she can't relax and enjoy the present without thinking about the next trip, it's just not really great.
Well, then you're meeting the wrong women. Stop going on Tinder or wherever the hell you are and putting in I love to travel, and then you won't meet those women. Like, that's not a universal thing. Yes, right now there's it's been going on for a while with the whole like boss babe craze.
Well, this also doesn't have like, how old is this person?
But like,
because obsessed with travel, entrepreneurship, and Instagram. This sounds like you are younger. You probably have an older mindset, but the women around you at your age level are trying to be influencers.
Or like,
because what are influencers doing? Travel, entrepreneurship,
but it
and
could
Instagram.
just be like, because now like, you know, women can be more in whatever business.
This reads like a younger person,
and it does read more like starting a small business or starting your own kind of business, whatever that, or like some sort of internet business. But I think there are plenty of women out there who aren't doing that. Just wherever like you need to change. Where do you live?
Yeah.
Like maybe you need to get out of the city you're in and move somewhere else.
The amount of name brand streaming services is ruining streaming. We used to have just 2 or whatever, but now everybody has one. So instead of all the money being funneled, it's spread across. And since they're a bit expensive, people run 1 or 2 at a time, then cancel and pick another 1 or 2 to run for a month or 2. This is negatively affecting the shows. There's less money available, so these companies are canceling really wonderful series because they don't see great initial numbers.
Sure.
I'm still pretty young, but constantly think about my future. What if it doesn't work out? Cool, you have anxiety. Go see a therapist.
Right. I mean, lots of people.
Fuck.
That's like a thing everyone.
Yeah. Why is the man the one that has to do all the work outside of the home? Am I right, fellas?
Jesus.
Why can't the woman/wife ever both? Why don't I ever see a woman on top of a ladder cleaning the leaves out of the gutters? Are women saying that they are not capable of these tasks? Men can certainly decorate the home and perform many of the tasks that women traditionally do. But if we try to tell women to do the tasks traditionally performed by men, then we are the assholes.
Why do you...
That was incredible.
I mean, I certainly can.
I also just think about the fact of like...
But why?
I also just think about the fact of like the way I was working when it was happening, when you were pregnant, that you were home and could mow the grass when I wasn't home because I was at work. And I was real adamant. Like, you better fucking tell the people in this neighborhood that you volunteered to do this.
Yeah, and the
Because
guy...
not only are you the wife out here mowing the grass, and I know how some people view that, you are my fucking pregnant wife out here mowing the grass.
Huge.
And I'm like, you better fucking wear a goddamn sandwich board that says, like, I asked for this or something.
And we had a real mower. It wasn't even...
Yes, that was before we had an actual lawnmower. So for those of you that don't know, this is a very old concept. A reel mower, R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L. A reel mower is the one that you push it and the blades spin. There is no motor. It's not electric.
It's just body power.
It's just blades and wheels attached to a handle.
Very, very light. Like,
yeah, it's not heavy.
And
but if your grass is too high, you're not fucking cutting it.
No, because you got to go back and forth.
Yeah.
And I was out front mowing, and I remember a guy from across the street came over, and he was like, "Do you need help? Do you want me to bring my mower over here?" I'm like, "No, I'm actually doing this for exercise." Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. I'm like, "My husband could also do it, but I am out here."
He definitely thought that guy's a fucking piece of shit.
Well, I'm sure they had seen you mow at some...
He definitely thought.
But I work from home.
Fucking monster.
No, I didn't. I didn't work from home. I think I would just come home from work.
You would get home too before I would some days.
So I would just go out, and it was just like a way of...
He 100% thought, I'm going to see how the answer to this question goes, and depending on what the answer is, will determine whether or not I give her a business card for a divorce.
And I shoveled snow. You were not home.
I was not home for that.
Then that happened. But the guy across the street came over with a snowblower. He's like, "Do you want me to do it?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
It is not socially acceptable to express that we feel unloved or to have... It is not socially acceptable to express that we feel unloved or to have grievances.
Okay.
It's no secret, but as a male musician who performs live, female performers get gigs far more easily than I do. This feels very niche. I play guitar and sing in a 3-piece cover band, and I have to work twice as hard to land a gig as an atonal female singer just because she's attractive. Most of them don't even play an instrument, and they're just blessed, quote unquote, that's in quotes, to have a voice, which, as a music teacher myself, is not a talent, it's a skill set. Anyone can sing given the proper lessons. I don't believe that.
No,
but the bands with a cute chick on stage will always get the gig over the guys who have dedicated part of their lives to their craft. Rant over. That felt way too niche to be on this list.
Yeah, that was very...
One thing that really bothers a lot of men is the pressure to always be the strong one. Society expects us to be tough and unfeeling, making expressing vulnerability or asking for help hard. It's not like we don't have feelings. We just feel like we can't show them without being judged. I wish it were more accepted for guys to talk about their struggles openly. It is. Just fucking do it.
Right. I think it...
I've experienced reading some of these lists that so many of the answers, like, I just can't be vulnerable around anybody because society tells me I have to be a big, strong man and I can't cry. Motherfucker, I can't tell you the amount of times I have cried in the movie theater in the later part of my life.
Well, and I think...
in public, surrounded by strangers. Who gives a shit?
I think that's also a stereotype that people... like men perpetuate themselves.
Yeah. I'm not saying this isn't a real thing.
No,
but you know how you break it? Just fucking do it.
And I think it is.
And if you're in a relationship and you're telling your wife, like, hey, I don't think you love me anymore. And she's like, you're a fucking pussy. Leave.
Right. Well, you have your answer if that's the response you get. But like, I think... society in general is sort of like, no, it's okay for everyone to have feelings and to express them. So like the men who are like...
And if you're struggling in terms of a relationship, if you're struggling with that you can't share your feelings because of your wife judging you, then do what I did. Be super emotional and find someone who's not. Find someone who does not cry at their own wedding. Find someone who does not cry when their children are born. Find someone.
I may have cried when one of them was born.
Well, that was out of pain. That wasn't out of like emotion. That was out of this epidural's not working.
My heart is hurting.
This kid should have been out of me fucking 2 days ago, and you refused to take it out of me.
No, it wasn't. It was Robin that hurt. Tony didn't hurt at all.
Girl, I was in the room for Tony.
After the fact.
Yeah, before the fact.
When I had a C-section.
I'm talking about before the fact.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't great. Not the worst, but I actually think Robin hurt more than Tony.
Probably. You also lost a lot more. I mean, trigger warning. You lost a lot of shit out of blood.
No, I lost
the fucking OR looked like the elevator scene in The Shining.
I lost the correct amount just all at once.
Meanwhile, they pull the curtain down, and here comes your doctor, fucking collarbone to knees, just covered in blood, like, thumbs up, we did great.
And you're like, are you sure?
And you're like, are you sure? You look like you just came from the set of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What the fuck is happening?
He's like, it's fine. Good thing that other lady was on a stool.
I forgot about that.
She would have drowned.
Nick, she was so short.
She was so tiny.
Yeah.
And the other guy was so huge.
Yeah. So she had to be on a step
And
stool.
they were bickering.
Yeah. Because you had double doctors.
That's on the hospital.
That was not on us. We did not pick that. We didn't ask for that.
He walked in and he was, why are you looking at me like that? And I'm like,
yeah,
it's supposed to be Dr. P.
Look at the paperwork, bro. You're not our doctor.
And he's
today.
like, I'm on call today. And I'm like, well, she's on her way. And he's like, for what? I'm like,
I remember this.
The schedule. Yeah. She's right there.
Yeah. We're like, well, the nurse just told us she's like 5 minutes out.
Literally, he came in, did his whole like, oh, whatever. I'll be right back. And then when he came back in, he's like, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
Like,
that's incredible.
Like I just gave you the worst news of your whole life.
That's incredible. The way men prefer repressing emotions and shoving them back down rather than exploring them and understanding them. I have more and more of a hard time connecting with men because they usually do that, then act like they are reliable problem solvers, more pragmatic and less sensitive than women, etc. But men really can go their whole life not understanding a part of our world, society, and relationships just because of that. Last month, my friend, who I went to the gym with, said after lifting a lot of weight, this is better than any form of bullshit therapy, and I know this guy has repressed emotions and a difficult past.
Yeah, I do. I would agree with that, though.
I think that's the other thing. These are very two different types of posts. One post is, I really hate that society paints men as you can't have emotion and you can't talk about your feelings or whatever. And the other one is, I really hate how some men continue to perpetuate the stereotype that like therapy is for pussies and women and you don't talk about your feelings and you just bottle all that shit up until you punch your wife in the face because she pisses you off, or you fucking blow your own head off because you can't take it anymore.
Or like, right, you just get mean.
Yeah. Or you start drinking.
Yes.
Or you get fucking super fat or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Or you're on drugs because you can't take all the shit that you just won't spew out of your mouth.
Well, and then you start to get like heart disease, high blood pressure. Like,
yeah.
That's why I was saying, like, I think there are men that perpetuate that stereotype, even though like society doesn't think that.
Yeah. Last three. We're going to blow through them because I got a minute left. We got to take another break. Being compared to others in terms of success at my age, and then when I started to succeed at a so-called young age, people started telling me not to make a big decision because you're still young. It bothers me to how some people can't think outside of a society frame, and I'm 24.
Oh.
It's hard to find guy friends after graduating school. Preach. Most people only make new friends through their jobs, but most people in my job are either in their 50s or 60s and have families with no time off. And finally, the complete over-fixation that women have on social media.
I think men have it too. It's not just us.
I'm not saying it's just you, but
But I think the fixation is that like they want everything. I want everything to look like the picture.
Well, I
on
think
Instagram.
too that's coming from the place of we have time to ourselves. Let's sit down and have time to ourselves. And I'm speaking, and the person next to me has not heard a word I've said, isn't aware that I'm talking, isn't aware that I'm still in the room because of whatever TikTok.
Riveting. I had a riveting TikTok.
Or a Facebook article or
usually
whatever.
Not. I don't click on too many articles.
Or whatever some woman who lives in Disney's Golden Oak bought at the dollar store that day.
It's riveting. I need to know. I need to know.
We're gonna take one more break. Come back with that last article. This is gonna be a long episode, well, longer than we've been doing. We'll be right back. Hey everybody! Excuse the tired look. I'm in the midst of editing this week's episode, and decided that we're gonna make it a two-parter. A lot of length, a lot of conversation happening this week, so just decided to split it instead of making people sit through probably a near 2-hour episode. So join us next week for the thrilling conclusion of whatever this is. Like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, share, do all that stuff. We love you, and as always, thank you for being a friend.